and 2?
10.
10 and 2. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 420 divided by 10, which is what?
42.
42. And then 42 divided by 2.
21.
And that's the answer to the problem. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's do it again. So this is 10 and 2. So that's going to give me 68 and 34. Now we're not dividing by 2. What are we dividing by? 3. Okay, so I've got 96.
21.
No, it can't be 21. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is, did I do it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So what's this, a review? Sort of. Now we need to do this because you have a sprint like this tomorrow. Okay, so 1 foot is 12 inches. What would 1 foot 1 inch be?
13.
1 foot 2 inches?
14.
1 foot 3 inches?
15.
1 foot 10 inches.
22.
So you're going to add 10 to whatever this first number is. Does that make sense? 1 foot 8 inches.
20.
Oh my goodness, you're so fast. 2 feet. 2, okay.
34.
Quit doing it so fast. I'm not even asking the question yet. 2 feet 6 inches. 24 plus 6.
30.
3 feet. 3 feet 10 inches. 3 feet 4 inches. How you doing? How am I doing?
I don't know.
Check my answers, please.
Yeah.
Looks good? Okay. What do we have next?
Inches to feet.
The backwards way? Oh. Let's take a look at this. 2 inches. What?
Haha.
No, because I have no idea. 0 feet. It should be 0 feet 2 inches, I guess. 3 inches equals 0 feet 3 inches. 14 inches. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 foot out of this. How many inches is 1 foot?
2 inches.
How many inches is 1 foot?
12.
So that leaves me 2 left over. Okay? This is not 24 yet, so it can't be 2 feet. So it's 1 foot. Now subtract 12 from this. What do you get?
10.
Okay. 24 inches.
2 feet.
Okay. 34 inches.
2 feet and 10 inches.
So I'm going to subtract, what am I going to subtract from this?
24.
24. It gives me 10. 25 inches, 2 feet.
1 inch.
You guys are very good. Okay, 36 inches,
3.
3 feet. Now I know that 12, 24, 36, 48, this is not 4 feet yet. So it's still 3 feet. And then I'm going to subtract how many inches 3 feet is. What do I get? 10. It's kind of a pattern to this, isn't there? 40 inches. 3 feet. And I'm going to subtract 36. 48 inches. 4 feet. There's a trick here. 47 inches. And I'm going to subtract what? 3 feet 11 inches. 49 inches?
4 feet.
58.
4 feet 10 inches.
Let's see. I'm going to subtract 48. Is he right? So it's 4 feet 10 inches. You have a sprint, I guess it's Tuesday that you're going to do this because we're going to do lesson 15. That's kind of fun. Guess who's the best at measurement in 5th grade?
You.
Oh, I think somebody's better than me.
Who?
Daniel. On his map test, he got a 253 on the measurement part. And we figured out why. He works with his dad all the time. Okay, this is a little introduction to fractions. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So 4 times 1 banana equals how many bananas? Okay, so what this is telling us is that your place value or your fraction or whatever is not going to change if you multiply times a whole number. Okay, 4 times 1/7 is 4 sevenths. Here's how you write it as fractions. Okay, so it's kind of like if you start with tenths, you're going to end with tenths. If you start with hundredths, you're going to end with hundredths. If you start with sevenths, you're going to end with sevenths. This only works if you're taking it times a whole number. So 7 times 1/7 is, which is 1. So 1/7, and then let's put 7 sevenths, and then let's put equals 1. I'm just getting you ready for when we start fractions. 14 times 1/7 is 14 sevenths. Okay, 14 sevenths. Just a minute, Daniel. Don't get ahead of me. He says it's 2. How does he know it's 2 already? There's 2 sevens in there, 2 7 sevenths. What if I did 14 divided by 7? What's my answer? 2. So don't forget, boys and girls, that this is really a division problem. What's 7 divided by 7? Okay. So 8 times 1/4 would be? So what's 8 divided by 4?
2.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
Okay. So 12 times 1/4 would be? So write your 1/4 there. Write your 12/4, and I'm going to start pulling sticks to tell me what the whole number is, okay? So 12 divided by 4, Damien, is what?
3.
Good. 4 times 1/4 would be? 4 divided by 4 equals? You want to do the rest of them on your own and check with me? Okay, I'm going to pause it while you work. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull sticks. And 3 times 1/3 is 3/3. Boys and girls, 3/3 equals what?
1.
Good. Dayana, 6 times 1/3 is 6/3. 6/3 is equal to what? 6 divided by 3. 2. Good. 24 times 1/3 is 24/3. 24/3 is equal to what whole number, Peyton?
8.
You got it. Okay, I can't wait till we start fractions. They make me so happy. Okay, let's do this. Now, before we do this, we need to write ourselves a resource page. So do you have a blank back to this anywhere?
On the very back.
Okay, on the bottom of the very back. Let's turn to that. And we're going to start by, I'm going to change, I don't think I'm going to change the size of my pen. We're going to start by making a G that fills up the whole area that you have to write in. And this G, do you know what it stands for? Gallon. Now, we could go a step farther because I've got a little story to go with this G. I always call it the big G. and we have a poster for it, okay? Sometimes it helps if you make this a little shorter than you normally would, okay? So this big G could be considered a kingdom, okay? And this kingdom has a name that starts with a G, like Gustavo, okay? So this is the kingdom of Gustavo. Now, in block 2, this is going to be the kingdom of Gomez, because we have 2 kids with the last name of Gomez, okay? But this kingdom, and this is 1 gallon, by the way, okay? And this kingdom has 4 queens. Isn't Gustavo lucky? Actually, he's not lucky. Can you imagine having 4 women telling you what to do all the time? That would be terrible, wouldn't it?
I used to, my mom.
Okay, and so those queens actually stand for quarts. And this is capacity, boys and girls, or volume, okay? Capacity is how much will something hold. Okay, now I'm going to zoom my page in a little bit so that it's going to be easier for me to write. And each queen has 2 princesses. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is a lot of girls in this kingdom telling the king what to do.
I feel bad for you, Gustavo. 8.
So these P's are these princesses, pints, and it looks like pints, doesn't it? But it's pronounced pints. And each princess has 2 cats. You thought I was going to say children, didn't you?
Yes.
Cats. Cats. That's too many cats for me. Okay?
So many cats for people who are allergic.
Yes, that would be me. So how many, and the cats stand for what? Cups. How many cups are in 1 gallon? 16. All right. So this is our little resource page. You actually have it in Google Classroom, don't you? But I wanted you to have it on this paper because you're going to need it later on. Is this something that you could write down yourself if you had to?
Yeah.
Most definitely. If you get questions on your state test about gallons, quarts, pints, and cups, you could write it down yourself since we can't use the posters, correct? Don't just guess. You can figure this out. Okay, so here's what some of the questions are going to be like. How many quarts are in a half gallon?
2.
2. Good. How many pints are in a half gallon?
8. 4.
4. Good. Listen to the question before you answer, okay? How many cups would be in 3/4 gallon?
14.
12. Very good. Okay, so you guys are going to be fine, aren't you? All right, let's go back to the paper. So we're ready for this. We're going to draw tape diagrams today. And I want to make sure I'm telling you right. Okay. So this first one says express 1 day as a fraction of a week. Now, previously, we have been converting 8 weeks equals blank days, correct? And that was 56. We did that one yesterday, okay? How is this problem different? Don't write anything right now, just listen. How is this problem different? I'm asking you to figure it out. So look at this problem and tell me what's different. Okay, the number is 1. Okay, both numbers are 1. Talon, there's a fraction. You're right. There's more. Okay, I'm gonna get you started with your thinking. What?
The days are switched.
They're switched. The weeks and days are switched. So we're starting with the smaller unit of measurement today. Look at me. This is backwards from what we did yesterday. What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
But I still have to multiply. So how can I still multiply but really divide?
Something.
No? You're going to see. Okay, so let's put this right here. This is 1 week. It's not a property. It's add, subtract, multiply, or divide by something less than 1. A fraction. If I multiply times a fraction, am I really dividing?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Okay, and we talked about that a couple days ago. So how many days are in a week?
7.
Okay, so we're going to separate this into 7 equal parts. Okay. Okay. And right down here on the bottom, we're going to write 1 day.
Oh, Van's here.
Oh, good. 1 day equals, are you ready for this? It's a fraction. If I shaded this in, it would equal 1/7. Chaston, somebody with nice handwriting.
Not me. I do.
Charlotte, would you start writing this for Van so he's not behind when he gets in the room, please? Thank you. Okay. We'll let Charlotte get, and go ahead and shade that because that is how we show a fraction on a tape diagram, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you see that I shaded with diagonal lines?
Yeah.
Do that for me because it's going to come in handy later. Okay? All right.
What a diagonal.
Huh?
Wait, what did you say, what?
Diagonal?
Oh,
I
this
said
is diagnors. I thought you said diagnors.
I'm talking really fast and you're listening really slow. Okay, let's do the next one. So instead of how many feet are in a yard, okay, we're going to say a foot as a fraction of a yard. So what's the largest unit of measurement? The yard. It goes on top. Good morning, Van. Charlotte's writing it for you. Get your pencil out and get ready to go, and then she'll hand the paper over to you. How many feet are in a yard, boys and girls? You have that memorized already?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is 1 foot. And this is actually going to be a resource page for you too. So if I were to shade this in, it would be 1 out of 3, 1/3 yard. So all we're doing is we're going opposite of what we've been doing, but we're still going to multiply. You'll see. Okay, the next one. Express 1 quart as a fraction of 1 gallon. Are you underlining these words? Okay, thank you. Okay, so what's the largest? The quart or the gallon?
Gallon.
Okay, so write gallon. And if you remember the kingdom, you know Gustavo's in big trouble. How many queens are there?
4.
Gustavo, thanks for being such a good sport.
Another cat.
Hey, I remember when Gavin was in 5th grade, it was the kingdom of Gavin. Where's Brecken?
My brother there.
So your brother got to be in on this too.
I would have thrown myself out of that castle.
So this is 1 quart equals 1/4 or 1 out of 4 gallon. And I always say 1/4 of a gallon, but I don't write that. Okay? All right. So Van, you ready? Why don't you go get your paper from Charlotte? She's got you all fixed up and ready to go. You can write these last two. Thank you, Charlotte.
We're gonna write 100.
Okay, so let's look at the next one. Now, these two are a little different. It says express 1 centimeter as a fraction of a meter, but we're going to write it as a decimal. I think we'll do both. Okay? So which one's larger, the centimeter or the meter?
Centimeter.
The meter. How many centimeters are in a meter, by the way? 100. 100.
No.
Okay, I don't want to write 100 boxes.
Oh, that,
So what could we do? Dot, dot, dot. Okay?
Dot.
No, we'll just do this.
Oh, yeah.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 99, 100. Remember that?
I'm gonna use that for life when everybody tell me to count.
Well, very seldom are you going to count. Just count in math from now on, Gustavo. Okay, remember I'm recording. Okay, so this is going to be kind of hard to make that little thing, but this is 1 centimeter equals what? 1/100th of a meter. Now, what's another way to write 100th? 0.01. So we could write it like this, and I know you can't see mine very well, but do you have room underneath to do it both ways? Okay, and I didn't shade this, but I guess I probably should if we're shading them all. Kilometer. I'm going to write 1 km here. And we're going to have to do the dot, dot, dot continued, aren't we? So we've got 1, 2, 3. How many meters are in a kilometer? 1,000. So if I were to shade one of these, this would be 1 meter equals 1,000th of a kilometer, or 1 meter equals 1,000th of a kilometer. Okay, that's where we're going to stop for today.